We do have a quorum. We have, Hauser, Mendez, Sapovala, Suara, Toombs, and Welch present, so the meeting will begin. We are going to start with our presentation, and then we're going to go into the resolutions. Is that console? Is that what that is? Okay, your mic should be on.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Karen Fielder Weaver, and I am the new manager of the Barnes Fund. I know several of you from council work with my previous work. I'm also joined today by Rashida Pardue, who is over here with the Barnes Fund team, and we really appreciate all of the members that are here today. Councilwoman Hauser, forgot to greet you. Sorry about that. Okay, so today I want to walk you guys through the Barnes Fund Round 11 recommendations from the Housing Trust Fund Commission, but we also are going to talk about the resolutions that we are bringing you for approval. At the last council meeting, you approved $4.5 million in ARPA funding for 2 organizations to create rental units for older adults. That was at the June 6th meeting. Today, we're bringing you 3 more resolutions, and those will be Resolution 2023-2249, 2250, and 2251, and those are all, again, for awards that are part of this presentation. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you guys can see that, okay. All right, we had a total of $28 million available for round 11 for the Barnes Fund. That was 14.7 that was allocated for ARPA, which included 6.5 million for older adults for rental units, and then 13.3 million in Barnes Fund general funds. The amount that were requested actually was almost double that. It was 53 million by 23 organizations for 27 projects. That's almost twice what we had available to fund, and we'll talk a little bit about that more later. I know you guys we're running a little behind schedule, so I won't get into too much detail. The recommendations that we're making, that the Housing Trust Fund Commission is making, are for 19.8 million for a total of 12 organizations for 14 projects. As you see there, we've got 11 parcels going to 3 organizations for land, and then we did go through, the presentation breaks out who were small organizations, we had rehab applications, and then about just over half of the awarded properties were UZOs. The timeline, nothing special about this, started on the January 16th, closed on the February 28th. And that brings us up to today. Summary of awards, as you can see here, and I'm happy to answer any questions afterward. I'm also happy to email this presentation out to anyone who would like it after the meeting. So please just let me know if you would like to see that. But as you can see, we've got 44 units for rehab, 21 for ownership from Barnes General Funding, 136 for rental through ARPA funds. As I said, those are 62 and above age. And then also the Barnes General Rental Awards, which come up to 542 units. Property awards were spread throughout the county, as you see here. And then if you look at this information in a slightly different way with a different map, you can see that by percentage of total Barnes Fund, you can see that the light green had 1 to 2% of the Barnes Fund units, medium green had 3 to 7%, and dark green had 8 to 18%. On parcel awards, we have 3 organizations receiving parcels, 2 of those are for home ownership, and that would be Affordable Housing Resources for 3 units of home ownership, and Living Development Concepts, or LDC, for 6 units. Awake Nashville is the third organization doing ARPA older adult rental, and they have 2 properties. 7 of those donated properties are UZOs. In terms of analysis for DEI, we have our diversity, equity, and inclusion. Of our 12 awarded organizations, we have 5 of them are led by Black, Indigenous, or people of color. 1 is led by women, 2 are small organizations, and then 5, although it's not a DEI issue, but 5 of them are new grantees. Rehab awards are on this first page. You can see that that's 44 units for $203,000. Homeownership awards are 21 units for $2 million. Rental units for ARPA older adults, 136 units for $6.5 million. Rental awards for Barnes General are actually for 7 organizations, 542 total units, as I mentioned a minute ago, and that's $11.1 million. Probably the most important thing I can leave you with are takeaways for today. And let me get to my notes page here. Okay, so the important takeaways from this round. It's worth, as I said, it's worth noting that applicants requested more than twice of the amount of round 10 requests. So we are definitely increasing the number of folks that are asking for money. In round 10, we actually had 25 million requested by 16 organizations. Round 11 had 53 million requested by 23 organizations for 27 projects. What that means, as you can see here, is that we funded 37% of the request. Now, some of those applications did not meet all of our thresholds for approval, but to give you an idea, if we had been able to fund the full amount that was requested, and if all applications had been fundable, round 11 would have produced more than 1,700 units of affordable housing instead of the 1,003 that were actually approved. One other area that there is a lot of increase and positive increase is that we made great progress in creating rental units for our very low income renters, 52% in the number of rentals for 0 to 30% AMI, from 61 in round 10 to 93 in round 11. And then lastly, we had a really good showing from new organizations. Of the 23 organizations that requested funding, 13 of those were new, and then 5 of those went on to receive funding. That's especially significant when you realize that 70% of the new rental units that we talked about are actually being created by those 5 new applicants. So they came out really strong. All right. As I said, I'm Karen Fielder-Weaver. My contact information is there. I'm happy to answer any questions. You all know that the Barnes Fund website has lots of good information on it, and we're happy to answer any questions that we can. Yes. Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Thank you so much. I'm not on the committee, but I just noticed in your deck that your maps were the new council maps at this new election, but you had listed the district numbers. I'm just wanting to make sure that you double check that the district numbers and the map are matching, and to indicate which is which. So if someone goes to look at this deck, that they know what they're looking at.
Thank you. I'll go back.
I'm particularly sensitive to it because District 8 moves to Antioch, so thank you.
Gotcha. We'll make sure and make that change. Thank you.
Okay, we will go into our resolutions. Please stay where you are because I want to have some questions to answer you. Okay. The first resolution that we have today is RS 2023-2249, Toombs, Hauser, Roten, and others. It declares a surplus and authorizes the conveyance of real property to certain nonprofit organizations and authorizes grants not exceeding $3 million from the Barnes Fund for affordable housing to Awake Nashville for the express purpose of constructing affordable or workforce housing. Do I have anyone that will move this forward? Thank you. Second, discussion? I have a question. Okay, I was really concerned when I read this one because Awake Nashville is only 7 months old and has a net worth of $748, with no one on the company or on their board with any construction or rental or housing experience, and their mission, as stated on their website, is to have Pride wraparound services. I understand they are in partner with someone. Can you please explain that? Because typically we have organizations that we're awarding $3 million to with some housing experience somewhere.
Sure. Angie, do you want to?
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. I'll be glad to take that question since this predates Karen a little bit. Awake Nashville was created, and I think there are grantees, they're in the back, representatives that can speak more to this, as a result of a relocation and closure of an apartment building for older adults, and they saw the need, and they partnered with a very experienced organization called Legacy South. As we all know, the Barnes Fund requires 51% nonprofit participation, so that's why Awake is the lead organization, but the contract speaks to the scope and the application that they submitted with that partnership described in there, and they can describe more to you what that partnership looks like and Legacy South experience that they bring to the entire deal.
Right. And I do know Legacy South has built a lot of affordable housing, but typically the nonprofit is managing that. So since this nonprofit doesn't have that experience, are they going to hire someone to handle that portion, or how's that going to be done?
Chairman, do you mind if we ask grantee to describe that?
No, I'd be glad to do that.
Brad and Andrew from Awake, can you guys come and answer?
Is that mic on?
I'm Andrew from Legacy South, and this is Danielle from Awake. I can answer questions relative to Legacy South, and she can answer stuff that you'd like to hear from the nonprofit sponsor. So I think the question was about property management.
But typically, the nonprofit is managing that relationship, and they hire someone like Legacy South to do the construction. And that's what I was wondering, who's actually going to manage it, submit the applications to Barnes, and then do the inspections and all that at each stage that needs to be done for the Barnes application?
So we're doing a little bit more than just the third-party contractor for this community. We're also participating as a fee developer of the community as well, and doing things like coming to this meeting that a third-party contractor wouldn't normally do. A little bit of background on the relationship between Awake and Legacy South. We were the ones that bought the senior facility in Madison, from which Danielle's grandmother was displaced. And so when we heard about the hardships that those people were going through, we had an event for them about a year ago, and got to know some of them and got to know Danielle and Danielle's mother a little bit better, and started talking about forming this partnership to help put some of these people back in the vicinity where they've lived for a long time, and then hopefully go on to do even more of it. So that's why we're a little bit more involved than you would expect a contractor to be normally.
Okay, and can someone from Awake then tell me, obviously $748 is not going to pay for a whole lot of staff time. So do you have some other fundraising that's going to take care of your operations while you're involved with this? Because the Barnes money doesn't go to your organization's operations.
That's correct. Thank you for asking that question. We will have a residential coordinator on site that is not with our organization, but will be hired and is included in our total operational budget for the project.
Okay, are there any other questions from council members?
Thank you, Chair. This project is in my district, and I wrote a letter of support when it was considered for approval. I also want to point out that part of the conversations we've had about Barnes funding is allowing opening it up to more organizations, smaller organizations, not just the same large organizations all the time getting all of the Barnes Funds money. Actually diversifying the pot and bringing other folks in. And I think this is an example of a smaller organization being in. They've partnered with a well-known developer. It's a good project. It's already been vetted and approved before being recommended to council. And so I'd move for approval.
Thank you. Anyone else with comments or questions? Okay, no further discussion. All those in favor? Against? Abstaining? The motion passes. Okay, our second item for today is RS 2023-2250 with Hauser, Root, and Withers and others. It declares surplus and authorizes the conveyance of real property to certain nonprofit organizations, authorizes grants not exceeding $634,000 from the Barnes Fund for affordable housing to certain nonprofit organizations selected for express purpose of constructing affordable or workforce housing. Do I have a motion? Thank you. Discussion, questions? Yes. You're on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a question about the mechanism to maintain the affordability and how long that lasts. If there's someone from HR here.
Well, actually, Council Lady, I can answer that
That'll work.
question. It's the same. It's the deed restriction for 30 years. It's
30 years.
recorded when the project's completed, so it lasts the entire 30 years.
Gotcha. And then at the end of 30 years, do we have any option to re-up or preserve it or put it into the Housing Land Trust or anything?
These are home ownership and not shared equity, which they operate very different than rental, where we're actually talking about including reversion clauses. But with the home ownership, it makes the actual sale of that very difficult. But we will continue to explore also if we could do a reversion clause in those as well and not disrupt the ability to sell those homes.
Gotcha. Because otherwise, 30 years from now, we're right back here doing this again.
Right, and these are the very small lots. These aren't like the size that the Awake Nashville lots are.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? The motion passes. Our third item is RS 2023-2251, Hauser, Root, and Welch. Authorizes grants not to exceed $9,647,269 from Barnes Fund for affordable housing to certain nonprofit organizations selected for express purpose of constructing and rehabilitating affordable or workforce housing. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion or questions? Seeing none. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Berkeley,
Just
you're on.
clarification and maybe a reminder. If I read this in the analysis, I've slept since then. Is this a rental model or a homeowner model? Or for rental? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or discussion? All those in favor? Against? Abstain? The motion passes. We have bills on second reading. The first one is BL 2023-1886, Hirsch and Welch. It amends Chapter 11.22 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws to require landlords to provide to certain older persons 60-day notice of termination of tenancy for the purposes of eviction to make way for new property development. Do we have a motion? Thank you. Second. Any discussion or questions? Would the sponsor like to make any comments? No?
Thank
You're
you,
on,
Madam Chair.
Marco.
I'll just say thank you to the state, because this is something we tried to do several years ago for a larger group of people, and the state has passed law that enables us to do this at least for a targeted group of elderly renters. So I appreciate the fact that we just have some better notification options that are now written into state law, which enables us to echo that in our local laws.
And do we know what is the definition of older persons? You're on.
I've just heard 62, but I thought it was 65, and it applies when a property is going to be developed for market rate rentals.
Right.
Market
So it's not just the end of a lease. This is when you're actually developing the property for another.
for another purpose and evicting people.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Abstentions? The motion passes. And our last item for today is BL 2023-1890. It adopts a 5-year consolidated plan and 2023 action plan for housing and community development, and authorizes the Metropolitan Mayor to submit the consolidated plan and the 2023 action plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Do I have a motion?
I move.
Second. Okay, discussion? Questions? Would someone like to just give us a brief explanation of the consolidated plan? I know that's a question that I've had people bring up.
Sure. Good morning.
Your mic is on.
Well, not good morning. Good afternoon. Emil Alexander. I'm the Director of Community Development at MDHA. I'll be brief. Essentially, the CON plan is an administrative planning document that we're required to submit to HUD every 5 years. It's specifically for the 4 grant programs that we administer. Approval today allows us to submit that CON plan on to HUD, along with the action plan, which serves as our application to HUD for federal funds.
So this is just a routine thing that we do every year.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Any against? Abstain? The motion passes. Thank you. That's the end of the affordable housing meeting.